shells, crabs, and other marine life. It is also home to many endangered reef animals, including sea turtles and dugongs. The Great Barrier Reef Marine Park was established in 1975 by the Australian Federal Government and was listed as a World Heritage Area in 1981. Green Island Reef is fully protected. Fishing and taking anything from the reef and the island is banned. Today, you are visiting Green Island Reef, and this reef is only one of nearly 3,000 reefs that make up the entire Great Barrier Reef. If you look closely as we come close to the reef, you will see the reef is a three-dimensional structure with some form of marine life living in every space. Although some reef animals are difficult to see because they live tucked into the reef for protection, some are clearly visible on top of the reef. Soft corals are a fast-growing and hearty type of coral. They are abundant on reef flats because they can tolerate temperature changes and rough seas better than hard corals. Although they do not look like they have any defense against predators, soft corals are actually well protected. Their soft tissue is full of calcium carbonate spicules, like microscopic toothpicks. And many species have strong toxins in their tissue. Combined, these features provide a highly effective barrier against predators. The primary animal that can still manage to feed on soft corals is a marine turtle. Sea cucumbers are commonly found on the reef flat and in sandy patches. They look a bit like loaves of bread, but come in many colors and sizes. These animals play a really important role in helping to keep the reef clean by eating debris that accumulates in the sand. They are vacuum cleaners of the reef. It might be hard to believe, but these animals are closely related to starfish. Some species of sea cucumbers are considered a delicacy in Asia. In fact, sea cucumber exportation was Australia's first major industry in the mid-1800s, and one of the major sea cucumber collection and smoking stations was actually here on Green Island. Another common reef animal found on this part of the reef is the feather star, or crinoid. These animals have delicate feather-like arms that they use to feed by extending them into the water to capture small plankton as they float past. Ancestors of these animals have been found in the fossil record dating back over 450 million years. You can also see some of the brightly colored clams embedded in some of the bolder corals. These are burrowing clams that use their shells to grind out a space to live in the coral skeleton. By being surrounded by the hard coral skeleton, these clams are well protected from fish and other predators. There is one large type of clam that does not need to hide, the giant clam. These are the largest clams in the world and can weigh up to 1/4 of a ton and be over 2 meters or 6 feet long. Although these clams are critically endangered in other parts of the world, they are fully protected here in the Great Barrier Reef. As we cruise over the reef, you will notice patches of broken coral rubble. This is a natural part of the reef system. The dead broken coral plays an important role in reef development. Wave action from cyclones and rough seas break apart live coral and toss it around. The large coral pieces fill gaps in the reef and become part of the reef structure and provide places for marine animals and new corals to live.
Oh wow, look at that.
The smaller coral pieces are eventually ground into sand that contributes to the ongoing formation of Green Island. If you look out the side of the boat, you can see beautiful Green Island. Green Island is a type of island called a sand cay. It is basically a large mound of sand piled up on top of the reef. Its highest point is only a few meters or yards above sea level. Scientists believe that it started forming about 8,000 years ago. Several factors played important roles in the formation of the sand cay. The island started as a sandbank that would attract roosting seabirds. The seabirds left behind droppings that cemented the sand together and helped keep it from being washed away by waves. The droppings also provided fertilizer for seeds that drifted in. Some seeds, such as coconuts, can drift at sea for over 5 months and still germinate. Although there are several vegetated cays in the Great Barrier Reef, Green Island is the only one that supports a small rainforest. There are over 120 types of trees growing on the island.